Good morning, families, staff, and fellow graduates of 2022. Before I commence my speech, I'd like to thank all the staff for getting us here. Dr. Jenkins, custodians, nurses, lunch staff, and of course, our teachers. It's thanks to you that we are able to graduate as a full class today. So now, my speech. The Chinese refer to the youth as Qingzhen Shaonian, where in direct translation, Qingzhen means early spring, and Shaonian means teenager. Literally, it compares early spring to young age. The term expresses, at least in my mind, that youth is like the beginning of spring, beautiful yet uncertain. It marks the beginning of new possibilities and transformations. However, it can never be known what spring brings. Perhaps the first of good weather will bless the world, and the next day it would all be in vain. Just like that, flowers would be cruelly subjected to withering in their current state. The same can be said for us youth. A sudden blow can affect us up to decades later. This can be shown by the pandemic from 2019. Although the whole world was strongly affected, the adolescents were objectively hit hardest. Much of our lives were upended and our futures thrown up in the air. For many months, social interactions were cut to zero. Health declined as students were subjected to hours upon hours on the computer. Students struggled to learn information from online schooling, and community seemed to dissolve entirely. Schooling for students in Bala Chinway is about both being a community and learning, and both of these things were taken away from us because of the pandemic. However, we were able to pick ourselves back up, and we pushed to return to some semblance of our previous normal. Our community fought back and eventually prevailed. In this school year, we were able to reestablish a spirit that seemed to have dissipated entirely. So yeah, it's impossible to ignore that unfortunately, the pandemic robbed us of many experiences. But despite this, our community has been able to come back even stronger. Each spring is beautiful on its own, but sometimes we don't realize its full value. It's only when we are subjected to the harsh winter that we realize how much we've taken for granted. Although it seems a bare minimum for students and teachers alike to communicate with one another, for clubs to run again, and for school-wide activities to occur once more, the people behind these events have changed for the better and grown to appreciate what we have. Personally, I've been able to be deeply involved in some of our school clubs and activities this year. For example, I must say I'm an avid lover of science Olympiad. This all probably wouldn't have happened without the pandemic encouraging me to put myself out there, and I'm sure the same is for many of us. If I learned anything from these experiences, I think it was to make the most of what we have. Don't be afraid to explore. Now, I'm sure today is bittersweet for most of us. Collectively, we've been through so much, not only for us students, but also for the staff, since many of us will be leaving to go to Black Rock Middle School. In more ways than one, it's difficult to accept or even imagine the change that will occur in just a few months. However, I sincerely hope that at the end of the day, we can all reflect fondly upon these experiences. No matter where we are going, to Black Rock Middle School, Lower Marion, Durgan, or even a private school, our time at BC will stay with us forever. So thank you all for making this year great. Thank you staff for putting up with middle school just so students can learn and have fun. We'll miss all of you. And thank you parents and guardians and families for everything you have and continue to do. Most importantly, thank you for the person that you are. Thank you for who you are, who you were, and who you continue to be. Thank you for your influence upon my life and everyone else's. So once more, congratulations, class of 2022. This year has been amazing for me, and hopefully for you too. Appreciate these final moments here, as these times can never be retrieved, and the spring will never occur again. However, know that there will be more springs to follow, and more experiences and possibilities with them. No matter how long the wait, spring always comes again. Thank you.